Good morning again, dear friends, and happy New Year. What a year it's been, 2020. Earlier this week, I watched the annual overview on Flemish television of the year, and it really was a horrible year. Um, Obviously, first there's the coronavirus causing over 1 million deaths worldwide, economic damage to well-being of individuals across the globe. But it almost makes us forget what else happened in 2020. There were devastating forest fires in Australia and California, as well as several tropical storms to remind us of the ongoing problems caused by climate change. There was the upsetting and angering footage of the death of George Floyd to remind us of the persistent racism and discrimination going on in our societies. Assassination attempts on opposition leaders, street protests in, for example, the Ukraine, remind us that democracy and freedom are still not a given to everybody around the world. And then there are the terrible images of the explosion in Beirut, in a country and to a people already impoverished, to show us the dreadful results that human negligence can have in this advanced society in 2020. So I'm quite sure I was not the only one desperately longing for this year to be over. And the internet is a great place to find people who agree with that, particularly in the form of memes. So there were many. If 2020 was a kind of memes, my favorite one, if 2020 was a kind of a flavor of potato chips, it would be toothpaste mixed with orange juice. So if you don't get that joke, I invite you to have a glass of orange juice first thing tomorrow morning after you brush your teeth, and then you know what 2020 tastes like. But see, it is now 2021, a new year, a new beginning. And already it brings hope. The vaccine is here and vaccination programs have started, at least in the Western world. There has been finally a Brexit agreement signed, which, for better or worse, at least starts a new chapter. There is a new president-elect in the United States, which gives fresh hope to millions of people, and let us with them hope that he can also bring some good for those who do not see or expect that yet. And even if in reality it's just another day on the calendar, it's just the next day, the idea of a new year, it brings perspective, it brings hope and courage to a weary world. So I wish you all at the beginning of this new year, from the bottom of my heart, a very happy new year. May the Lord bless you and your families abundantly in this year to come. Now, at the start of a new year, on January 6th, actually, we celebrate the Epiphany. And it's appropriate to do this at the beginning of a new year because the Epiphany too is about new beginnings. Not something new from scratch, in the sense that it's also just another day on the calendar. But from that old and from the familiar arises something that is quite different and exciting. It's a new story, a new testament, a new covenant. We'll talk about that more later after our readings. First, quickly, the calendar. There will be no Bible study this week, but as of next week and until the beginning of Lent, we will be going through a 6-week Bible study on the prophet Micah. The central question is, what does God require of us? And if you can't wait for the answer, I invite you to already have a look at Micah chapter 6, verse 8. Also in Epiphany season is the annual ecumenical week of prayer for Christian unity starting January 18. And we will do something special during that week, and I'll keep you posted on what that's going to be. Then mid-February, with Ash Wednesday, Lent begins. We start preparing for Easter. So let's hope and pray that by that time we will be able to gather together again for live worship. For now, we'll still make do with this playlist, but it's not all bad. One of the good things about it is that we have such a enormous choice of good music on YouTube. So do stay tuned, worship with us and with people around the world as we are invited, like the Magi, to come. Oh, come, all you faithful. Blessed are you, Lord God, King of the universe.
From the rising of the sun to its setting, your name is proclaimed in all the world.
The Lord of glory be with you.
The Lord bless you.